Hello and happy Friday to most of you, most of us anyway. I just came back from a trip to Middle East, so I'm quite aware of the time difference and that time zones that would make it a different day and different time for some of us. I am very excited to be with you today because ICF released recently a very new study about the global awareness of coaching. This is the study that ICF has been conducting with PricewaterhouseCoopers since 2010. So this is the fourth study that we conducted, and we are just absolutely very happy to see the awareness of professional coaching increasing around the globe. So top line first. Currently, the awareness of professional coaching is at 73%. These are the people who said that they are very aware or aware of professional coaching. And that's fantastic, especially that our first study in 2010 indicated that about 51% were aware of coaching. So one way say, 12 years or 11 and a change. But in this period of time, it's still very, very short that we manage to get people interested, aware, and willing to engage in a coaching relationship. Of course, different responses come from different areas of the world. This time, we had 30 countries represented in a sample. And how it works is that this is a consumer awareness study. So the survey is being sent to a panel that PwC has arranged for us. And whenever we receive 1,000 or more responses, then we consider is a valid survey. So 30 countries, 17 different languages. We had over 30,700 and change responses. So very, very significant global sample. Last time when we did the survey, we actually expanded a sample to include people younger than 25 of age. Before, the 25 was the recommended age gap from PricewaterhouseCoopers because these were individuals that typically were employed and also representing a significant portion of purchasing power in a marketplace. Last time and this time again, we included people younger, 18 and older. Reason for it is that in many areas of the world, the demographics are really changing and people younger are becoming a part of a workforce. We all heard that the statistics that by 2025, so very soon, millennials and people younger than that will represent 75% of the workforce and also the purchasing power in a marketplace. So these are the elements of the demographics that are very important. We certainly look into gender, we look into ethnicity of respondents from 10 different countries. But also this time, for the first time, we decided to look a little bit closer into who are the respondents and how their sentiments around coaching may vary depending on where they live and also what is their economic status. So this time we ask people again where they live. Are they living in the metropolitan areas? Are they living in the communities very close to large metropolitan areas? Or perhaps it is the rural areas that they live. We ask them about their employment situation. So are they fully employed? Are they partly employed? Are they students? Are they perhaps retired? So these are the elements new to this study, and I think they really shed light on the decisions and opinions about professional coaching. I guess you will not be surprised that majority of people living in the major metropolitan areas are more familiar with professional coaching and also more engaged. We did ask the respondents not only if they are aware of professional coaching, but also if they already engage in coaching relationship. And for those who stated that they are not necessarily that they are familiar with coaching, but not necessarily engaged in coaching, we asked them if they would be willing to engage. Many of them, large majority of them, did state that they would be willing to engage in coaching. We ask the questions, of course, about if they are not familiar with coaching, what would they say that is of importance? And the responses were very, very different. Some people would say that they do not think that coaching is for them because it's either too expensive or they don't need coaching. Some said they can't afford coaching. You may say it's the same as it's too expensive. Actually, not. The too expensive is more of a value statement. I can afford it, but I won't pay for it because I believe it's too expensive. Well, I can't afford, naturally, is exactly what it states. 36% of people who considered not engaging in coaching relationship said that they are either too old or too young to benefit from coaching. Some said, and my gosh, don't we all hear that? I'm too busy. I'm too busy. Coaching is a hard work. And for a client, it means that they have to really engage and they have to devote a lot of time in order to benefit from coaching. So, too busy for coaching is one of the responses. Not aware of the benefits. And also, somewhat similarly, some people respond that they don't believe that there is a strong evidence that coaching actually works. Um, when we ask people that were not aware of coaching necessarily, but if they would consider coaching, we ask them for reasons why. 45% responded that reasons for participating it would be to maximize their potential. Many wanted to define their strengths and weaknesses. Many, 43%, stated that coaching could enhance their business career. And 17% said that they just hear that coaching works and they would like to check it for themselves. Um, the people who say they don't need coaching, this is an interesting segment of the marketplace. Many of the respondents, as we said before, are either younger or older, and they just believe that their professional career is maybe not starting yet or over already, and for that reason they did not seem to be engaged in coaching. But all in all, more and more people are really engaged and they are thinking of working with professional coach. Always we get the questions, how do I find a good coach? So we ask the question about importance of professional credentials. So majority of people responded, those who were experienced with coaching, 85% said that their coach should have a credential. For them, it was either important or very important. But even those who are not experienced with coaching but would consider, even they, in 80%, responded that credential was important or very important. From different studies, we do know that individuals who engage with coaches that do hold a credential were enjoying a greater satisfaction from their work with that professional coach holding a credential. This is also something that we know from other studies. So this is a confirmation that majority of people engage in professional coaching to improve communication, increase self-esteem or self-confidence, improve work-life balance. That's something that we hear more and more recently in particular. They want to optimize their work performance, increase productivity, expand professional career opportunities, improve business and management strategies, increase well-being, and also accelerate onboarding into new roles. COVID-19 definitely brought a lot of changes into people's career path. So 18% of respondents also stated that they would like to, either they did or they would like to engage in professional coaching because of the change in their career path due to COVID. 86% of those who had coaching experience said that they were satisfied with that experience. This is absolutely phenomenal, especially if you consider that only 4% of respondents out of 30,000 plus people said that they were not very satisfied or not satisfied at all. Indeed, that those who stated that they were not satisfied at all, that was only 1% of our sample, which I think is phenomenal. The impact of coaching is very much a mirror of why people engaged in coaching. So again, improved communication, confidence, productivity, work-life balance. So again, this is a great proof that when there is a clarity of agreement for the coaching relationship, the satisfaction and the results of this coaching and engagement is very powerful. Also, very significant number of people said that they would recommend coaching to their colleagues, friends, and family. And this is what we call the ripple effect. That when somebody engage in coaching, they start behave a little bit differently. They start having conversations in a different manner. And yes, indeed, they do talk to their colleagues and friends about the benefits they received from coaching. What was a little bit surprising, I have to say, in that study, out of our sample, 60% of respondents stated that they paid for their coaching themselves, while 40% stated that their coaching was paid by somebody else, that being either a sponsor in the organizational setting or otherwise. It could be a partner, it could be a parent that was supporting this coaching relationship. So 60% of individuals engage in coaching even though they are paying for this themselves. As I said, 30 countries participated in this particular survey, and you can imagine that there is a humongous difference between the responses from those different countries. So if you are interested, please check it out on our website, coachingfederation.org, to see some more data about different levels of awareness of coaching and the opinions of coaching in different countries. There is one last facet of this study that I think is very, very interesting, because for the first time ever, we asked the respondents about their opinions about diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice, and to what extent they agree to several statements about coaching professions, such as coaching empowers everyone. Coaching can help address diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice. Coaching creates more inclusive culture and environment. Coaching is primarily used by the most wealthy in society. Coaching is accessible to all. And finally, where I live, coaching profession is representative of a wider population. Again, very different responses depending where individuals were residing, back to the generations, back to the economic status, and back to where they live. But all in all, the picture of DEIJ is quite strong. And a huge support of DEIJ being part of a solution to our systemic societal issues right now. So that's primarily what our research calls for. That's primarily what we learned from this exciting study. I tend to say that this is my favorite study, and it is, because again, we're hearing from the consumers. We are hearing from the people who are out there, not coaches themselves, but those who are either already engaged or those who may be considering engaging in coaching profession. So with 30,000 plus responses from 30 countries, this is a phenomenal snapshot of the general temperature and appetite for professional coaching around the globe. Again, can't be happier by the fact that the awareness of coaching is growing. It has been growing since 2010 when we first asked these questions. We see a tremendous growth of individuals joining the coaching profession. Just ICF alone, We recently celebrated passing the threshold of 50,000 professionals around the globe being members of ICF. And that was only a couple of months ago. And by now, we are already a proud home of about 53,000 trained coaches who are members of ICF. Same with the credentials. The study indicated that people that are working with coaches with credentials were even more satisfied with their experience and even more willing to advocate and recommend coaching to their colleagues and peers. We are now almost 44,000 credential coaches, active credential coaches around the globe. Again, phenomenal success for the program that started only in 1997 or it's 1998. So professional coaching does empower. It empowers individuals, it empowers teams, empowers organizations and large systems. As we heard from the respondents, they believe coaching could be part of a solution for the societal issues. And this is something so important, especially nowadays when we are still dealing with a lot of conflicts, where we're dealing with a lot of uncertainty and, frankly, violence in the world. So I thank you so much for joining us today to listen about the awareness, global awareness of coaching. Again, as I said, the executive summary of the study is available on ICF website, coachingfederation.org. It's available for all of you, and then lots of great data that we will be digging into and we will be reporting as we move forward. So thanks for joining today. I see you next month, and wishing you a very happy almost March. Bye-bye.